Hey guys, welcome to this edition of the Digestive. I'm recording it from this direction because the sun's coming from that direction, and every time I've recorded it from that direction, I've always ended up with a completely washed out face. You can't see a thing. So this week, 5 days now since PlanetSide 2 has been released. You still playing it? Still having fun? Did you buy any station cash on Friday when they had double the amount of cash for what it normally costs? Picked up 10,000 station cash, already got my Sunday with a brand new camo on it and red chassis lights. Now I'm not sure it's a very good combination. Looks more like a Hoover's bus or a bag bus or whatever you want to call it, but it's certainly something that makes it stand out on the field. And I think sometimes PlanetSide 2 is a bit like paintball. It's as much about the fashion as it actually is about the game. And if you ever played paintball, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So it's the game's had some issues. As a clan, we've moved off Miller, partly because of the issues, partly because of the overcrowding, and we've all moved across to Mallory. So if you want to send me a friend request and play next to me in PS2, just send me a request to Firefly, play as Terran Republic on Mallory, along with the rest of my clan. If you're looking for a clan actually within PS2, check us out. Website is eurogamers.eu. We've been around a couple of years. Play PS2, BF3, DayZ, a few other games. So, have a look. If you're interested, check us out. In fact, that also brings me nicely around to something else, which is, as I've been playing PS2, in 5 days, I genuinely don't think I've come across a pub who's actually used his mic. Back in the beta, there were quite a few. So if you are a pub and you've got a mic, please use it. It makes the game far better and you can explain things far easier. For example, one thing which is very difficult to explain, let's say you're attacking a biolab, that you can take the external points, and once you've taken one of them, that gives you access to a teleport tube and you can teleport straight into the biolab. A lot of people don't know this, and explaining this over typing or whatever is a pain in the butt. Using a mic, and if people answer back using the mic, it makes it a lot easier and it makes it a lot more fun. And the other thing as well is that the room that you teleport into in the biolab, you can shoot out of that room, you can shoot through the shield, but the opposition can't shoot back. And it takes them a while before they understand that if they stand in front of that shield, they're going to get shot, but they can't shoot you back. I got possibly 20 kills that way today, so it was a good morning. At the moment I'm trying to get up to battle rank 10. I would have been up there already, but apart from the move from Miller to Mallory. And the reason for that is simply because at BR 10 you can then get the squad leader beacon. Now, having a Sunday with an AMS is a great thing to have, but there are times simply when you need to have a squad leader beacon. So what we're doing in the clan is we're splitting apart responsibilities. Some will specialise in being squad leaders, some in galaxy pilots, some as prowler drivers, some as recons, that kind of thing. And I always really enjoy this time when a game first comes out, when you're going through things, you're learning things, you don't know everything yet, everything's new, people are still going, oh, I'll try that and I'll try that and I want to see what this does. It really is an awful lot of fun. Now I know PS2 has had issues, Miller, the server, has had issues. A lot of people are still complaining about FPS. Now personally, I found my FPS, it's lower than you would expect for a game of this type, but it's perfectly playable. I'm getting, I'd say a minimum of about 45 FPS playing with all settings on high when not recording. In even the biggest firefights, I've been in a couple this morning, perfectly playable, but I appreciate that a lot of people are having problems. We've got a particular clan member who's just about ready to throw his toys out the pram because he's that upset about it. Also, I said a few client disconnects, a few client crashes, but compared to the release of other large AAA games I've gone through over the last 5 years, I'd say it's probably been one of the smoothest. And for an F2P game, free-to-play game, that's not a bad thing. So certainly kudos to the devs. They're definitely working 24/7. And as I said in the last digest, I don't know how much Smedley's paying these guys, but it sure as heck isn't enough of the amount of hours these guys must be putting in. Now before I sign off, just one thing I want to say. I mentioned it before, but Interstellar Marines is now coming towards the end of its Kickstarter project. I think there's 2, maybe 3 days left of that. If you have ever thought of backing that project, please go on there and back it. They need your help. And if you are somebody who likes to back on Kickstarter, please do that. Go and have a look at it. They've got some demos on the site. They've got several good videos. It's a game that you should really look at if you're into that kind of thing. That's it for this edition of the Digestive. Like I say, November 25th, 5 days into PlanetSide 2, and fingers crossed it carries on being just as much fun as it has been for the last 5 days. That's it. Adios.